A basic primer on the Jinwicky. Jinwicky are mysterious and magical beings who are neither from this side nor from the more well-known worlds on the other. From everything we have gathered, they appear to be from somewhere in between, which is quite the thing. It leads one to wonder how many in-betweens are there. That, however, would be a topic for another time. Right. Well, there are mentions of the Jinwicky going back as far as recorded history goes. And near the beginnings of recorded history, we have found mentions of the Jinwicky in papyrus manuscripts, and also cuneiform that was said to have been recorded from oral recollections that were passed down for generations and generations. To put it plainly, they have been visiting us here on this side for what would seem tens of thousands of years, and possibly beyond. From what we know, Jinwicky seem to be able to come and go at will while here on this side, but do come to our world from theirs through portals of some kind. The nature of these portals is not known, but they do allow them to move back and forth from in between to here and vice versa. While they can come and go at will while here on this side, in what would appear to be in an instant, we do not know the kinds of distances they can cover when doing so. Jinwicky portals have been found in various locations around the world, often very hard to get to locations, and change every so often. And by every so often, I mean every 10 to 100 years, give or take a few years. We haven't figured out the exact timing patterns involved, or the reason why they relocate these from time to time, but that isn't for lack of trying. It doesn't seem to be tied to anything astrological, nor related to migratory phenomena of any kind. One of their current portals is somewhere hidden in the Grand Canyon. Where exactly we do not know. Another one is in the Himalayas in the remote high-altitude regions of Arunachal Pradesh, India. As some of you may know, this is a difficult area to gain access to without the use of magic. And the third known portal in our current time period is located in the spare bedroom closet in Wendy Pickering's apartment in the Northolt Common district in London, England. As some of you may know, Wendy Pickering won the Northolt Common District Blueberry Pie Baking Contest 10 years in a row. What some of you may not know is that while Jinwicky love fruit pies of any kind, they are particularly fond of blueberry pies. And by fond, I do mean quite literally obsessed with them. They love no kind of food more than a blueberry pie, and apparently Wendy makes the best blueberry pies in our entire world, because the Jinwicky decided to locate one of their few known portals in her spare bedroom closet. Wendy is not a magic user, and as you can imagine, has had her life completely altered and turned upside down by this occurrence. She has since become a trusted confidant and close ally of the Jinwicky, and a go-between for us and them like no other magic user has ever managed to accomplish. Wendy has been made completely aware of the world of magic, and all necessary damage control has already taken place. Okay, so the Jinwicky are inherently magical, somewhat similar to the way we magic users on this side are, except their entire biology seems infused with it. This makes them extremely powerful magic users, and we have been very lucky that while they are sometimes mischievous and don't always have the clearest of intentions, honestly, they are quite the mystery. They do not appear to have been, nor are they now, malevolent. But this does not mean that they cannot be dangerous. I need to emphasize that their intentions and purposes have never been completely clear, and in fact have been generally vague and mysterious, and shrouded in an almost elusive sort of manner that seems to be intrinsic to their nature. There have been situations and happenings involving the Jinwicky, as well as occasional confrontations. I won't sugarcoat this, and will say that more than one magic user has completely vanished off of the face of this side on Earth, as well as the other, and has never been heard from nor seen again after deciding to tangle with the Jinwicky. This has also been the case with non-magical folk throughout history, plenty of which appears in folklore and other ancient mythological tales. We, of course, have our own records as well, and also know that many of these myths are factual accounts that the non-magical world files away as fancy. As a general rule, it's wisest to keep things cordial with any Jinwicky you happen to cross paths with. All right, so Jinwicky come in various shapes and sizes, but are generally somewhat slender and somewhere between 45 to 91 centimeters tall, or 1½ to 3 feet tall. Their biological features can differ in shape and size, just as ours do. For example, their ears, eyes, noses, and other facial features come in many different sizes, shapes, and variations. As for their skin, we have documented a spectrum ranging from a pallid, fleshy pink or grayish beige, all the way to a deep, mottled olive green. The texture of their skin is dry and finely wrinkled, like weathered parchment or soft aged leather, giving even the youngest Jinwicky an oddly ancient, lived-in appearance. You can instantly recognize any Jinwicky by his or her long shock of hair that stands straight up on the top of their head, as if defying gravity itself. And as you can deduce by my previous statement, yes, there are male and female Jinwicky. Their hair comes in a variety of colors, covering so much of the visible spectrum that it would take me far too long to name every variation we have witnessed. Suffice it to say that it's the hair standing straight up that is the common factor. And this hair can be 25 to 35 centimeters tall, or roughly between 10 and 14 inches tall. Jinwicky generally wear a simple one-piece garment made of a material that appears felt-like, but is nothing of the sort. It is actually a byproduct of one of the many strange plants particular to their world. The material itself seems to have no inherent magical properties we are currently aware of, but not a lot is known about it other than what I previously stated. Okay. Jinwicky are known to carry and use wands, staffs, crystals, and gemstones, from our world, the other worlds, and their world, as well as various artifacts, trinkets, potions, and other concoctions, and other magical items we know less about. Their inherent magical abilities are extremely powerful, that much is known, but their actual practice of magic itself is shrouded in mystery. We are ever hopeful that we can continue to strengthen our relations with the Jinwicky and learn more not only about their magic, but also their elusive personalities, and even more so, mysterious culture. If this primer has piqued your interest and you would like to learn more about the Jinwicky or incorporate more advanced Jinwicky studies into your own curriculum, I would suggest that you begin by reading these books. Although the record of interstitial entities covering the Jinwicky may be hard to come by at this time. If you are serious about continuing these studies, see me at this lecture's end, and I may be able to help you procure a copy of that book. One last thing before we finish. Everything here is provisional. We're still learning about the Jinwicky, so this could evolve. But it's a great foundation if you're just getting started or planning to pursue more serious study. The field of Jinwicky studies is expanding rapidly, and new discoveries from fieldwork and archival research keeps coming in.